No.
Go ahead.
Make a turban out of your own clothing. Afternoon, class. Today I'll be talking to you about the United Arab Emirates economy. Now, this economy has been spending millions of dollars government-wise. So, this government spending is actually going to shift the aggregate demand curve to the right. I'm going to go ahead and draw that for you right now. Your supply is going up, demand's going down, and your demand will be shifting to your right. AD1. Here you are.
Please label the axes, would you?
And I'll label the axes for you right now. Our GDP on the bottom, and price level on the left. Thank you. Hello again, class. Our next presenter is Clay.
Alright, I'll be talking about the long versus short-term effects in Dubai's economy over their overabundance of investment. They, over the past couple of years, have been receiving a disproportionate amount of investment, and that's not going to do anything too good for their long-term employment rate. See, when there's that much money in the economy, interest gets very low, which is not technically healthy. We want to have a more balanced sort of interest. So that's investment, and here we got the percent of interest. And in this being a normal curve for that graph, Dubai is down here, whereas equilibrium would be right about there. So they are in a very short-term beneficial situation right now. Back to you, Troy.
Good evening, class. Tonight we're going to be having our third and final presenter, John Paul Wallum. And since this is the end of our video here, I'd appreciate it if you guys could be quiet back there. Nick, Hallie, etc. Thank you. Go ahead, JP.
Well, thank you very much, Troy. As I'd like to wrap up our presentation, we talked a little bit about the problem with investment. I believe Clay told you all about the UAE's non-stop investment, and so I just kind of want to play that out on a loanable funds graph for you. So, we take our usual loanable funds, real interest rates up on the y-axis, RIR, there you go. Then we got a quantity of loanable funds on the bottom. I'll just use LF for short. Okay, and then we got your D and your S. So the problem here is that the UAE is experiencing real interest rates that are somewhere down low about there. It's not at equilibrium here. And the problem is basically that with these low interest rates, people are less and less inclined to, let me draw an arrow there for you guys. People are less and less inclined to save money because the rates aren't getting them anywhere. So people just constantly invest and invest and invest, which is not taking them anywhere and eventually is going to be hurting them. Also, we discussed how more of the fiscal policy and their aggregate demand, always investing, and that being their main goal. As for the monetary policy, the bank is almost useless, shall we say, because the UAE is so tied in with America's dollar due to oil prices that it seems that any changes in interest rates aren't really made in the UAE. It just follows along with American interest rates. So that part is kind of ineffective in the UAE. But that just about wraps it up for me. So I'm going to toss it back over to Troy, who's going to close us.
Well, thank you, JP. Well, that's it for us. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, good night.